Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching this episode of Getting Together, the Everybody's Hometown podcast. We still almost got there.
We
Anyway,
tagged that. If anybody uses it, we're coming after you.
We will. And how intimidating are we?
Pretty intimidating. With yes.
Absolutely. But we are down here at the porch on Montezuma Street in Prescott, Arizona.
Why aren't you
Coffee,
down here?
community, conversation. This is what we do.
Yes, it's
as
so
a part
great.
of Getting Together, and what better place than the porch to do it at? Come down, say hi to Jesse and the crew here. It is a great place to hang out, do some work, or just meet and have a community. So anyway, we're excited. We have a guest, or maybe even two. Like we don't even know. That is how
we know we have one for
exciting
sure.
it is. Okay, so yes, we have one for sure.
Yes.
Possibly two.
Right.
So we're excited to have
Marina O'Brien.
Marina O'Brien, who is not going to look Irish at all because she's Ukrainian.
She married into it. She's Ukrainian.
Okay,
she
so
married
there you
into
go.
the O'Briens.
An O'Brien. But so Dancing for the Stars, we have another one of their dancers today, the professionals.
Yes.
But that's going to be exciting. But today, we're going to talk a little bit about advertising.
Yeah. You know why I was thinking about that?
Why?
The other day, doing my hair, and I'm like, Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pound of French fries, icy Coke, thick shake, sundaes, and apple pies. Do you remember what that's from?
I would say probably McDonald's.
Yes. And I'm like, how is that still in my head? That was from like junior high.
It's genius marketing.
Genius mark. And so that made me think, advertising.
Putting something to a tune. A little catchy thing.
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh.
there,
and I
it's
also
in your
remember
head
when
forever.
McDonald's did a classical one. It was a little girl on a piano, and she was like, and she sang something about French fries. And I mean, I can still see the commercial.
Okay.
That is very powerful.
Yes.
Is it not? So
Yes.
my question to you is,
Yes.
Has there ever been any advertising where you're like, I've got to run out and get a Big Mac, or I've got to have an icy Coke, or I've got to have that set of Ginsu knives? Has it ever persuaded you? To do something right then and there where you're like,
I would say I'm not quite bent that direction.
you know,
So-
I knew you were going to say that.
I would tend more like if it seems like it's a really good deal,
Yeah.
I can get sucked into that.
Yeah.
But if it's like you see something, it says $29.95, and then there's hidden fees and hidden charges, then I'm like, never mind.
Really?
Oh yeah. So and especially on I don't get the ad placement thing in general.
Yeah.
Like just seeing a celebrity with a Coke, I'm not like, I really, really need to do that. I need to be just like them and drink a Coke. Yeah. I would say the closest thing that is enticing when you sit down in the theater and they fill up that giant cup and like the clink, clink, clink,
Yes.
like that.
Then you're like,
it's almost there. It's almost
"Ooh."
there. But I'm already sitting down, so I'm not gonna get up
And you
and
know it's
go
going to
spend more
cost you
money.
$10.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
you're not going to do it.
I'm too cheap. I'm just too cheap. I'm not gonna do that. But I think there have been effective ads over the years
Yes.
that like stick. And
Yes.
one in particular, I don't even know I can't remember exactly what the joke was, but there was this guy and he's like a man on the street, and it was a 7-Up commercial, and he like either changed his name to 7 or something just to kind of like promote. And then so the people walk by like, "Hey 7," and he's like, "Up yours," and there's this 7 Up yours, and it was kind of like edgy.
Yes.
And I was definitely in that point in my life. I'm like, oh, he.
Yeah, if you're a kid, that's definitely
yes. And so
something you laugh
that
about.
stuck with me. But I remember, when it was kind of, I finally realized and had an understanding of how much money people were spending on commercials.
Yes.
And then how much time cost on the air. And I made a comment to my friend. I think we were a sophomore or junior year of high school. Just it seemed like the trend would be toward advertising things together. Mm-hmm. And we've seen a little bit of that just because of those things. And so I remember Trix and Milk. Like Milk had this whole ad campaign. Does a body good. And then Trix got in on it. And so there was a combined ad where you have the Trix rabbit, but it's also milk.
But see, that's an oxymoron. You do your body good with the milk, but Trix?
Oh, Trix are delicious. They're fortified with vitamins and minerals.
Oh, man.
So.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, Jif, choosy moms choose Jif. I remember that.
Oh, They've changed it now.
What is it? Oh, what is
Parents.
it? Choosy parents? That doesn't
Choosy
flow.
parents.
That doesn't flow.
No, wait, no, I take that back. It was kicks, because it used to be kid tested, mother approved.
Mom approved,
now it's
right?
kid tested, parent approved.
Okay, I get that. I mean, magically delicious.
Yes, Lucky
Immediately. Lucky Charms.
Charms.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Do Mountain Dew. Simple,
Yeah, don't
short.
do the Dew.
No.
I
Oh
do
my
not
God.
do the
What
Dew.
is that? Anyway.
I don't know. I don't
Really?
even know what flavor they're going for. It's just gross.
We were watching Formula One this weekend, and one of the teams is Red Bull.
Oh yeah.
Right?
They're everywhere.
Have you ever had one of those?
No.
What is it? Does
Like
anybody
what
know?
flavor?
I mean, is it soda? What is
I
it?
think it's carbonated.
Oh, okay.
It's
Never
got a lot
had
of caffeine.
one. That's what I hear. I don't think
our
that
daughter
any of
actually
those
called.
athletes drink it.
No.
They
You'd be
just
jacked
race
up.
for the.
You'd be so messed up.
Well, they're promoting it, but I don't think they drink it.
No.
No.
My daughter actually called last night. They got stuck in Phoenix on a flight to Florida.
Oh.
And so they had to have this super early flight. They were supposed to take off at 5 a.m. So they had to
can do
be at
that
the
when you're
airport at
16.
3.
Yeah.
And so she called. She's like, I bought a Red Bull. We're like, that's
Oh,
a horrible idea.
bless
Don't do
her
that.
heart.
So like, no, she was going to drink it at 2 a.m. because she's
my
like, oh, we're going to
gosh.
get up at 2 a.m. and drink my Red Bull. And we're like,
No.
Ella,
Did you
do not
talk
do
her
that.
out of it?
Oh, yes. And she wasn't.
Danger,
Not
danger.
terribly happy.
No, but that
she's
is.
like, I'm 16. And we're like,
No,
I don't
no,
care.
No.
This isn't even me as a parent. I'm
Right.
just telling you as a human being. Like, do not do that.
good.
Do not do that.
Exactly.
But
No, I can't think of any time where it's been like I hear an ad on the radio or whatever, and I gotta have one of those, or
yeah.
I don't think there has been. I mean, my husband might be able to say, yeah, remember that time, but now he, on the other hand, he is the king of infomercial. When that was a thing back in late 90s.
Yeah.
He'd stay up late and he would watch, the whatever the TV was. It's not HGTV. I forget but it had its own home shopping network.
Oh yeah. Home
right?
shopping.
The
HSN. It's still here.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Because
big time.
that would be my dream job.
Okay.
I would love to go there and be like, ta 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 la 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 la.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Like Shark Tank. Shark Tank has one of the gals who is Home Shopping Network.
Yes,
Lori.
that's right.
Lori something.
Yes.
Or other.
So he would watch those, and every once in a while there'd be this new
Ooh.
whatever. I'm like, babe, I really think we should try it.
Yeah. No.
Wow. No.
See, and I think I got burned early on. That's why I'm super skeptical about that kind of stuff. Because I remember buying a couple things, or like you'd have something advertised on the back of a cereal box.
Yes.
You send away for it, and at the time, like you actually had to wait like a month before it would come.
Remember
in the mail.
those days?
And then it came, and it was so not as advertised. And so it was just one of those things. Over time, I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'm sucked in. They've done a great job promoting this, but do I really? And is it really going to produce the results that they're talking about? Probably not. So
that's a bummer.
I just do my thing.
Yeah, we got that just recently. We ordered something on Amazon. It was supposed to be a solar pool cover.
Yeah.
And waited. Finally, this box came, and it was like this big. And we're like, pretty sure that's not a solar pool cover. Open it up. It's an oven mitt. An oven mitt is what they sent.
Wow.
And I have heard from friends on Facebook and different things that this is, they send something, but it's not what you ordered.
That's weird. We got a pair of boxing gloves one time.
No, those I would keep.
Yeah, it was kind of tempting.
Absolutely.
Like, wow, that's kind of cool. But yeah, we'd ordered something not boxing gloves.
No,
Like
bless
lipstick.
their hearts. But they, sent you something anyway. So
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know, advertising. It just came to me because the whole Big Mac filet of fish, quarter pounder French fries, still
Boom, right there.
in there.
The frontal cortex.
Yes.
All right.
Good job. All
Groovy.
right, so we're going to move on to our guest who
Let's.
should be here in a moment.
Momentarily.
And it could be just Marina O'Brien, or it could be her and her hubby, or
Patty O'Brien.
Dane. So
All
we
right.
got a little mix of Nordic
Dane.
and
Yeah,
Irish,
yeah.
perhaps.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Very
we'll see.
interesting.
But
You never know what happens on the Getting Together podcast.
It's all exciting. It's very
Wow.
exciting. So we'll be back. Okay, well, we told you we had Marina O'Brien, and we weren't sure if she was going to bring her hubby along or who was going to show up, but she's flying solo today, except for her cutie patootie little son is here.
Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan, but he's hiding, so He's got his electronics. He's all taken care of so that mom can do her thing. So, Marina, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for
guys.
spending your
Thank you
time.
for having me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very excited. Okay, so you were from the Ukraine.
I am.
And where in Ukraine are you from?
I was raised and born in Kyiv, Ukraine, which is the capital.
Yeah.
Wow.
Most beautiful city.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, obviously, you're here now. You reside in Prescott.
Yep.
So, some things have happened in your life.
I
One or two.
met someone very special
Yes,
who swept me off my feet
Aww.
And
and
how did,
promised me the world.
Yes.
Oh.
And he kept his promise.
Hey,
He
that's
did
good.
keep his
That's a good thing.
promise.
And how did you meet
Such
In
a
Ukraine.
sweet story.
in
Kyiv.
Ukraine? And
He-
what brought him there?
He was just touring.
Girls.
He was young.
He was touring. Okay, he was touring. We'll stick with he was touring.
was-
Okay, but his story is he said girls.
Oh,
That's what he said in his story.
Really?
We were at a dinner party, and that's how I met the fabulous Marina. Although I saw you last year dancing
Yes.
on Dancing for the Stars, because we had your partner on the show.
Luther.
Luther was
Ah,
on
yes.
the show, and
Cracksburger.
Luther and Marina won last
oh, they
year.
did. Congratulations, big time.
Yes, they did. It was phenomenal.
Thank you.
They had lifts, and I mean, Luther was like,
He was
wow.
great.
He's
Yes.
dedicated. I remember
was.
like,
He
but
wanted
that's
to win.
Luther. If he's gonna go, he's gonna go all
I'm very
in.
proud
So
of
Wow. So anyway, at this dinner party, I had seen you, but I had not met you. And I asked you guys to tell me your story. And your hubby did say, and I quote, I specifically went to the Ukraine because my buddies said the women there were hot. That is what he said.
wow.
So, case in point, here she is. So
Oh
you
my.
guys met there.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was a whirlwind romance.
Yes.
And then did you come back with him, or how did that
He
work?
came a few times back to Ukraine trying to convince me
Yes.
that he was a try.
Yes.
And as I said, he promised me a world. I'm like, okay, I kind of believe you, but I also have my father
Yes.
who has that different attitude towards America
I was
because
going to
of the
say,
Cold War.
how did they feel about that?
Oh, my father was not happy. My mom was not happy because letting her girl go away.
Right.
So is my dad, but also to who? To American?
Yes.
That's
So
a big
how did
shift.
Dane win your
He-
daddy around?
He convinced him. He has this power of convincing.
That's a pretty powerful thing to be able
Yeah.
to not,
It is.
not only like take your daughter
Right.
to marry her if you're from somewhere else, but then completely to another continent
Yes.
to reside and
How would
raise
you
kids.
feel
and
if,
no.
I mean,
Dude, I'm
some
like
European
someone
came
who's
over,
not even in our church. I'm like, I don't know. You better keep it like, let's keep it local here.
came
So,
and took your sweet girl over to
yikes.
Europe.
Yeah, I'd be
It's big.
a little skeptical,
I know.
but
Wow. Well,
you'd have to be pretty special. So that speaks volumes about your husband if he's able to convince your parents.
Yes.
Yes,
he
to
is a
do
very
that.
sweet man. I mean, just, you learn a lot about people when you sit and break bread together. And
Ah, yes,
Very
breaking
sweet
bread.
man.
That's cool.
It's going to be 20 years.
Oh,
this
congratulations!
month, in a couple of weeks. Thank
Awesome.
congratulations. That's neat.
Do you have any plans? You guys going to be going somewhere special?
you. We did. We went to Bora Bora.
Okay,
Bora
that's pretty
Bora?
special.
It is Tahiti,
Wow.
Bora Bora.
And did you have like a bungalow over the water?
Yes.
Ah,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
that's awesome.
Really?
Yes, that was dream come true. That was very
Yes.
special.
He did give you the world.
You did. Yes.
Wow. See, my husband didn't make any of those promises.
No, no.
He like kept
You-
the bar low.
I might make you some instant coffee
Right.
one
I
morning
made
out of
you the
6.
dishes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I'll give you. Let's set the bar low.
Well, I love
But-
that he's a man of his word.
He is.
That's really
Wow. That's
So
fun.
then how old were you when you came over?
In my 20s.
In your 20s. Okay. And
Yeah.
this was your first place to
Yes.
live? Because your husband
Yes.
has established a business here with his father that his father had started.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, I mean, what is Prescott like compared to what you were used to?
well,
Like,
yeah,
what were
the
what were
pictures I
biggest,
see of
My husband
Kyiv.
Dane, he taught me a very special phrase to say. It's different.
it's
different. Yes. 'Cause I mean,
With the little
It's
smile and her cute
very
little dimple.
different.
It's different.
Kyiv is huge.
Yes.
It's a capital, and we have variety of different things to do to appreciate. We have
Yes, the arts.
suburbs where you can go and do outdoor stuff. We have historical things that centuries and centuries old.
Oh,
Kyiv itself is about 1600 years old.
Wow.
So very historical city. And of course, we have very modern places.
Yeah.
So every summer when me and my son go back to Ukraine, it's
Yeah.
just go, nonstop. Learning new things, being entertained every time.
Yes.
So we're in Prescott, it's such a slow pace. However, it's so
Very.
safe.
Yes.
People are amazing, very supportive. I love it.
Yeah.
That's good. There's a lot here.
Yeah.
I think I always find it funny when coming in from Prescott Valley, like they have a sign established in 1966. It's like, whoa.
I know.
You know, and
We
there's
really
like
think it's
places in
something.
Europe you walk by houses that are centuries
Yes.
old.
I lived
So,
in England. I lived in a house that was, I mean, from the 1600s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the insulation was from the 1600s.
Nice.
It was freezing. But yeah, you know, older than our country.
Yeah. It's
Incredible.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, love that.
So you established your home here, and then
Yes.
what did you do to start getting involved? And were you what
So-
kind of things did you put your hand to early on?
I have 2 masters from Ukraine,
Okay,
one of them in teaching,
teaching.
and I was teaching at school and high school.
Wow.
I started when I was 17.
Wow.
I got into college when I was 15, so early start. Got my degree by 19.
Wow.
My first master degree, yes. And then
Hi, Brinkerhoffs.
Hello, everyone.
That's Jeremy's wife. She just
Yes,
walked
this is
in.
my wife, and this is my
I'm
youngest.
San.
we were just talking about you.
Go ahead.
So anyway, teaching there at school, I loved it. And I was doing dancing as a hobby because you can't make money just doing dance, so you have to have another job.
Okay.
And when I moved back here, like, okay, maybe I'll do a teaching job. And when I went to school here and kind of observed and became a volunteer, I'm like, no.
Too
Because
different?
things are different here. Yeah, especially discipline. When it comes to discipline, you know, it's more strict in Ukraine. The educational program is more strong, so everything is up to higher standards. So I'm like,
Okay.
that's not how I used to teach. So I'm like, well, but I still can continue dancing.
Yeah.
And it's another story because my English was not as good at all, and I was shy to take group lessons for the understanding and communicating. So my husband called the dance studio and asked for a private lesson.
Oh.
And it's like, sure, we'll give her a private lesson. When I came there, I met Miss Summer Hinton.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing
Summer
person.
Dance Works?
Yes, and after 5 minutes, she said, we cannot teach her. She can teach us. But because we already paid for the lesson, she said, is there something you don't know? I'm like, yeah, what's local here? And she said, country two-step.
Here we
Okay.
go. First
So-
Ukrainian doing country two-step. I love it.
Very local, the Prescottonian one, right? And then she offered to take classes from them so we can exchange experience. So I was taking classes with Miss Summer and Miss Donna Casey back at Dance Studio in
Yeah.
Iron Spring
Yeah.
years ago.
Oh, my word.
Yes.
And that's how it started?
It's how it started simultaneously. I was taking classes at the college because I thought, okay, I have masters in teaching and psychology, but I have no idea about business. I don't know much about computers. I'm more into creativity and all that. So I took business and administration. I got my degree in business, graduated with honors, and that gave me a chance to get another scholarship to do paralegal studies. So I got my paralegal degree
Wow.
on top of business degree and got a job at the law office here, and I was teaching at the college and doing all that. And at the college, I started as a student and I was taking fitness classes, and my teacher said, we see you have, looks like you have some background in dance. Like, I do a lot. I'm a competitive ballroom dancer. Yeah, it's my whole life. Like, why don't you teach here? Like, really? So they gave me nice letters of recommendations. I got all my certificates and diplomas from Ukraine, translated into English, evaluated to the standards of two masters, and started to teach at the college in 2007.
Oh, my
Wow,
word.
it's been a while now.
Yes.
It's great.
And I'm forever thankful for the wonderful people I met there who were always supportive.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
Wow. What a story. Okay, so you say you and your son go back to the Ukraine every summer.
Yes.
Were you guys able to go back this summer? How did that, what does that
Unfortunately
look
not.
like? Okay.
The situation is very tough and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
dangerous, unsafe. Every day you never know what's going to happen. I still have my whole family there, my mom, my dad, my brother, my nephew, my godmother, Tristan's godmother, who happened to be my cousin and dear friend. So we have relatives and friends, everybody here. It's here I have my husband, my son,
Right.
and a couple dear friends.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's not the same.
No.
Yeah. No.
It's huge.
Wow. Well, at the dinner party, I think it was in March or April, somewhere in there, just shortly after the war had started, I think, Marina. And you were wanting to get your mom back, I think,
wanted to
for
get
a
my
visa.
whole family back,
Okay.
but because of the martial law, my dad, my brother, they couldn't
They
leave the
couldn't come.
country. And my mom, she did not want to leave the country because having the family there.
Yeah.
But she has a green card,
Right.
and it was about to expire, so we didn't want to risk it. Like, Mom,
Right.
you have to be here at least for a month.
Yeah.
But her journey to get here was so hard because there are no airplane flying, there's nothing. So finally, we waited to the moment when they started to run a train. They were having evacuation trains out of Kyiv.
Okay.
But to get into that train, it's just, you have to literally sleep at the railway station, push and shove through the crowd to get to the train. But mid-March, they started to run the train Kyiv-Warsaw for money, so it wasn't free.
right.
And we were able to get her ticket. So then, people with tickets had a priority to get in, especially
Right.
if they women and children.
Yeah.
So another story, how my brother was trying to get her to the railway station because he, at that moment, lived in a suburban, a little outside of Kyiv, like 10, 12 miles.
Yeah.
And the bridge you saw on the news, the broken bridge, the bombed bridge,
Yeah.
that's where he
Yes.
lives. So they
Oh,
couldn't
my
even
word.
cross. And he had almost 2 months old baby, so with no supplies because he was not prepared. He did not believe it's going to happen.
Okay.
Goodness.
So finally, when he found a way around to take my mom to the railway station and everything, the sirens came on. That shelter in place, go to the nearest bomb shelter. And my mom is calling me like, what do we need to do? Do we risk or do we shelter in place? I'm like, guys, I would rather have you shelter in place,
Yeah.
but it's your choice. But my brother decided to risk it, and they went to the railway station and
Whoa.
going through so many blog posts where they check in your IDs, documents, make sure you legit and so forth. They made it there, but the train itself had so many people that they were sitting like that the whole
word.
ride. It's about 22 hours.
Oh, my word.
No light, no food, nothing for the conspiracy. So they put the shades down, no cell phone connections, everything was shut down. The moment they got out of the Ukraine to Poland, the people of Poland, we will be forever grateful to them. They just ran to the train with food, drinks, sandwiches, yogurts, diapers for
gonna
kids,
cry.
everything. And at first my mom like, oh wow, it's probably we have some evacuees who needs that.
Yeah.
And so the next, she wouldn't touch anything. She was
Oh,
like, we'll
bless her
save it for
heart.
people who needs it more.
Yeah.
The next stop said, no, it's for you guys.
Oh, wow.
And my mom was blown away. And as I said, I am in touch with many volunteers who is doing their good job helping people around. So I found volunteers in Warsaw who were willing to help my mom to get from the railway station to the hotel, to do this COVID test, to get her to her the right terminal and flight. And
Right.
so the volunteers in Poland, they're Ukrainian people, but they live there, help her.
Oh,
So
my
finally,
word.
when she arrived here to Phoenix, Sky Harbor, it was like,
Oh, my. How
Wow.
old is your mother?
65. She
65 doing all
she's
of
going to be
this.
65 this month. We have a lot of things
Bless
happening.
her heart.
And so she's still here.
No,
Or no,
she
she's back
spent
now.
A month and a half, and
Okay, month
then,
and a
as I
half.
said, she could not just be here and
Yeah.
Right.
watch what's happening there. So she went back to Ukraine,
Okay.
got her insulin supply.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
That was another story
Thank
when
God.
she ran out of medication. Not just her, a lot of people could not have
Oh,
life.
Yeah, those are things you don't even think about.
Well,
Like,
and
I was thinking
for
of my
how long
mom.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. You know, you only have, I mean, they only give you a 30-day supply or whatever.
Yes.
And
So, how
she
did
ended
she
up,
navigate that?
We spoke with a couple organizations here, friends,
Okay.
and we got her supplies.
Wow.
Wow.
Because she's a type 1 diabetic, so she needs that. She needs everything.
Oh, my word. What a brave, incredible woman.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
And she raised another brave, incredible woman.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, to leave all that's familiar to you and come over here.
Oh,
And I mean, and not to LA or New York.
No,
you know, like
no, to a place that's
it's
different.
small. It's
Yeah,
different.
it's
It's different. we're gonna learn Dane's phrase. It's different.
It's different.
It is.
But I'm happy to share
Wow.
my knowledge and experience in dance, languages, culture.
Yes.
Helping my students to grow, invest in my time and love, and show my appreciation back to community.
Yes.
Yeah. That's really
such
good.
A great job. Yeah.
That is awesome. And speaking of community and how you invest back in the community, you are going to be dancing for the stars. And
Yes.
You're one of the professionals again. You were in it last year, like we said.
Yeah. How many
But,
years have you done it?
So dancing, it would be my 4th year, but before I was doing the choreography, I
Okay.
couldn't invest as much time dancing myself, but I was helping with doing choreography for the dancers. So I've been involved since day one.
Wow. That's awesome.
So this has come up a couple of times now. I guess I don't know quite how it works, because I assumed that the professional dancers did the choreography for their partner, but there's
Not
actually
always.
other choreographers that come along and kind of just
Yes.
have that couple
Yeah.
do what, or you work together with the choreographer. So how much creative license do you have as the professional versus the choreographer?
Okay, so I do everything myself. I choreograph, I teach the steps, I help with the costumes, everything from start to finish.
Fun.
Some people, like I was privileged to have talented students who now on the show.
Nice.
I'm so proud of my students. Now they're my competitors.
Yes.
However, some of them, especially in their first year, they were having a hard time choreographing because they were so good taking lessons from me and follow my directions. But that's why I recommended them to be on the show. So they're like, wow, they're great dancers. But when it came to choreograph, it was challenging. So that's why they were asking for help of me and other people in town who can help to choreograph so they can focus on just dancing.
Right.
It's a huge help. Sometimes I wish I would have help. Who somebody can help. Like, okay, Marina, I can help you, But
Yeah.
yeah, it's working
Okay.
good. It's a lot.
That's good.
It is a lot. That's a lot
And
of time.
your partner this year is
San
San
Martin.
Martin. Excellent.
So San Martin, some Latin. It's got some
Yes.
Latin going on. Ballroom. I'm guessing maybe like a pasa doble or a,
That would be ideal.
what do I see with San Martin and with his fedoras? I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
thinking something salsa maybe.
And he's like a foot shorter than you.
Right.
So-
So, it's about the same height as you. So that's kind of good. Can you let us in at all to what?
Just
we
a little
okay.
bit.
What?
It's tough. It's going, but it's tough. He has many ideas that he wants to implement,
I can
Yes,
imagine.
yes.
He's
He is
an idea guy.
for sure.
and we need to kind of narrow it down
Right.
to one
Right.
or
Exactly.
two. One.
You better do it quick.
Yes.
It's coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're meeting today and tomorrow for that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we've been practicing.
Okay.
So we tried different styles. You mentioned paso, you mentioned salsa.
Yeah.
I gave him a taste of all of those styles.
Okay.
Cha-cha-cha.
Okay.
Yes,
So maybe
rumba.
a fusion of
That's possibly,
something.
yes.
Okay.
'Cause I like to mix styles.
Ooh,
Every
I
song
love it too.
allows that. Because if you just stay with one style, it can get boring.
Yeah, I like mixing
Especially
it up.
people who have no knowledge or experience in
Yeah.
dance. You want keep their attention
Yes.
from the moment you get on stage to the
Yes.
moment you do the final bow.
Yeah, and we want to see that personality. That's,
Yes.
and
Yes.
San Martin has a big personality.
Yes, he does.
So we want to see that. Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
sure. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's coming up fast.
It is coming up very quickly.
Yes.
So, what other kind of things are you involved in the community that you'd like the listeners and viewers to know about, if anything?
With the community giving back, doing performances at the elderly assisted living nursing homes.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes, I finally got accepted invitation from Summer Dance Works last year to teach for her as well, on top of teaching at the college, and they
I
involved
would
with the
love to take
community.
some classes.
Thank you. I teach adults.
Oh, I would love
And I
that.
will also be teaching teenager
Yes.
girls, for their ballroom competitive team.
Ooh, fun.
Yes, so we're doing
awesome.
that. We're doing Dancing for the Stars, obviously raising money for Boys and Girls
Yes,
Club. It's a
yes.
huge event here in town, and it's
Yes.
a huge fundraiser for kids who need that.
Yes.
So involved with helping elderly, involved with helping kids. So
There you go.
those are
Across the
two of the
generations.
most vulnerable
Yeah.
categories
Yes.
of people.
I love it. I do we have time to mention what Dane does in town? Because I think that is
Well, I think it's a huge
really
part of the
cool
community.
too.
So, if I may, based on
Do
something
you
that
need
Dane
her
had sent.
text?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That like
He's got
resonated.
it.
That like resonated
Because
with me.
you are a flyboy, so
Yes. So anything aviation, I'm like,
Got
soak
it.
it up. So Dane is actually the owner
Yes.
of a company that makes parts for the military and for some very, very high-end fighter jets, and the Chinook helicopter is something they're working on as well. But he also has 9 different parts that they make for the SpaceX
SpaceX.
launches. So every time a SpaceX rocket launches, man, their company has actually made those parts, 9 of them for each launch, and they go into space.
Here in Prescott.
Here in Prescott. And what's cool is he employs 55 people, and the business has been here for 38 years. So it's a
Yes.
really cool thing. And I don't think a lot of people who, especially if they've just moved here, well, honestly, people who have grown up here, the Prescott Air Park out by the airport and Antelope Hills Golf Course is expanding and growing. There's a lot of really cool industry out there,
and there's a new like
leaders in
wine bar or
aviation.
something out there too. I forget what it's called. But
There you go.
yeah.
Just don't mix the two. Don't
Right.
don't be drinking wine while
Don't
making
drink and
rocket
fly.
parts. Okay. So that's a really awesome part of, and it is. I hear so many people say, well, what kind of work can I do in Prescott? And it's growing, it's expanding.
Yeah.
And there was another company out there that they were creating an electric jet, and they went to the Paris Air Show. Unfortunately, caught on fire there.
Oh, dear.
But they went to, but I mean, this is something, a world trend-setting kind of organization right here in
Yeah,
Prescott.
and you've got
so
every
Dane's a part
riddle.
of that.
And so all you space tech, aero flying engineer people
Yes.
are here. All these great minds in our town.
Yes, some great minds.
Yeah.
Not all.
Come
Not all.
on.
We have some good minds.
Yeah.
But
Speaking
they're-
of Embro-Riddle,
Great. Yes.
my ex-partner was obviously the graded of Embro-Riddle.
Yes.
Yes.
You mentioned you graded.
He went.
Yes.
And as of last week, I think I'm accepted to teach at Embro-Riddle.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you going to be teaching?
Wow.
Dance?
Language.
Hopefully language, hopefully dance, but we'll start with language.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Brilliant.
That's smart.
Because you speak 3 languages
I do.
fluently, and I'm
Fluently.
sure there's others where you could hold a
Spanish I
conversation.
can understand better than I can speak. I took a couple semesters of Spanish at the college when I was
Okay.
getting my degree, so
Yeah,
love it.
that's
awesome.
exciting.
I can't
So-
remember what degree program will that be a part of? Do you know?
Global intelligence and security.
Okay, there you go. They called it something else when I was
Wow.
there. They had just started it, but it's like if you wanted to be a spy,
Yes.
this would be your degree program.
I think I'd
So-
be a great spy.
No,
Oh, I would.
You're too effervescent.
I know I played the ditzy. You'd never guess.
Little
Right?
spy sitting
But
right
you draw
there.
too much attention.
Yes.
Tristan, he speaks 3 languages.
Oh my! I know.
Yeah,
What
I'm-
were you speaking with him when he came in? Is that
Russian,
Russian.
okay?
because he was Ukrainian, he's like me with Spanish. He understands it better than he speaks because he doesn't have a chance to practice. He only
Right.
practiced Ukrainian with my mom when she's here,
Okay.
older, and I speak Russian and English to him. And he goes to Ukrainian international school, so he goes to 2 schools simultaneously, here at Abidjan and online Ukrainian international. So he's entering 3rd grade in both schools. So by the time he's ready to grade it, he will have 2 degrees right away, you know.
Wow. So my
There you
kids know how to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, he can cook breakfast. He was breakfast for us.
My poor daughter, she's Puerto Rican, and we adopted her. And people come up and speak Spanish to her. She definitely looks Puerto Rican, and bless her heart, she's like blink, blink. Like, I'm so sorry, baby. We really should have done a better job. So, wow, good for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. No, that's awesome. We do. We need
Wow.
to set it. We talk about that in our family. And how do we push our kids a little bit more? Because you see it in so many other countries and nations and things like.
Yes.
Like there's a lot expected of kids, but you can still like be cool to your kids and not. So I don't know. I think we've gone unbalanced to the other direction in the U.S. We're like, don't put too much pressure. Don't put too much
Right.
pressure.
Yes.
So
But
anyway,
he learned the benefit of knowing the language. Like if he needs something that his dad is not agreeing, Mom, can you ask Daddy? And he asking in our
Russian
language.
to you. Oh, that's funny.
Little
That's so
some
good.
things span all cultures.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's so
good.
great.
So we always like to end with a question just about who you might get together with someone either from the current day or
Yeah.
someone from the past, and family members or whatever. But if you could get together and just sit down, have a really good conversation with someone, who would that be?
I would like to get together with both of my grandmas and my father-in-law who passed away, because I want them to see the success and achievement me as an immigrant got here, and their great grandson and grandson, my father-in-law, how successful he is, even being a little boy.
Yeah.
So, and get some tips from them, like, what would you suggest for future? Like, am I doing a good job? You know, what can I do better?
Yeah.
Because you're tougher on your own kid than we work with somebody's kids,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But if it was a celebrity, I would like to get together with Johnny Depp.
Oh my.
And I have permission from Dane because he's cute.
Just
And
for conversation.
Just for conversation. Well, I admire the way he acts. His acting. He
Yeah.
gives 100%.
Yes.
That's what.
Fully
I'm not talking
immersed.
about his personal life. No, not my
Right.
business. But how he draws people attention. How he
His craft,
so
yeah.
versatile
Oh,
and
yeah.
creative and
Yes.
cultural. you
Right.
know.
From
No.
gangster to pirate to, yeah. Right.
One of the we enjoyed Finding Neverland, where he was. It was
One
it
of
was
his
incredible.
best.
And but he's so understated. But then he can go completely over the top
Willy
with
Wonka.
with a Wonka.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So he's incredible.
Brilliant.
He really is good.
Brilliant
That's cool.
mind. Crazy mind. Yeah.
I just remembered one other thing I wanted to ask.
Sure.
Now that we're months into this war in Ukraine,
Mm-hmm.
and initially, like our church, we got together and we sent supplies and
Yeah,
different
we
things.
did.
But
That was
Thank
but
you.
it's kind of out of the
Quieted
spotlight.
down.
It's quieted down.
Yeah.
But how can we continue to support what's going on in Ukraine and the people there, and even family members? I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
a large number of people who are affected by this day to day. What can we do? What
a
can
good
people
question.
do just
Thank
to
you
support?
so much for asking. As I said, I'm thankful for people I know. A bunch of my students who became my friends donated their time, money, making those little Ukrainian flags, selling them to raise money to send to Ukraine. And as I said, because I established connections with volunteers in Ukraine, so we can get direct help to people and not through the chain of different organizations. So
Yeah.
if anybody willing to help, there are a lot of things that need it, especially medical supply. So we can either raise that or collect money, send, and so they can acquire it from Europe, because the transportation is kind of still tough. But
Okay.
thank you for remembering and not
Oh, you bet.
forgetting. It's still going. My family is
Yes.
still there, waking up to sirens and explosions. A couple days ago, it happened right where my brother lives, 5 in the morning. I don't know. That's a magic number for those Russian troops to attack. And again, my dad is Russian. My mom is Ukrainian.
Oh my word.
So I always had respect and love for both cultures,
Yes.
both
Sure.
nationalities. So I don't know why now they're trying to wipe us off.
That's
We are our
hard.
own people with our
Yes.
own culture, history, everything,
Doesn't make sense.
does not.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so
wild.
sorry.
Thank you for asking and
Oh,
willing to
absolutely.
support. That means
No,
a lot. Thank
no,
you.
Yeah.
it's- we're definitely continuing to watch what unfolds there and supporting them, and man,
Praying
wanna
for
see
them.
succeed.
Yeah. If
Sure,
any
sure.
of you want to reach out in the notes and we can
Yeah.
somehow.
We'll stay in touch. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
for sure.
Absolutely.
And also, if you want to
We'll
vote
connect.
for me in San Martin,
Yes.
is that okay to say?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We
No,
want
yeah,
you
yeah,
to
yeah.
say that.
We'll definitely have a
Vote,
link
vote,
there
vote.
below. So
Thank you.
Yes. Yes. We
Absolutely.
look forward to seeing your performance.
that'll be a lot of fun. Well, thank
Really
you
good.
so much for joining us for this edition of Getting Together, and we hope you have an amazing day and week. And remember, in Prescott gathers all kinds of people. So the next time you're at the store, man, maybe just take a second and say, "Hey, how are you doing? What's your story?" And man, you'll never know what kind of things you'll come across. So like and share, subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode of Getting Together.
Bye.